Hey, what's up, good people? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. I am shooting this one. It is it's about 5 minutes after 10 Monday morning. I'm going to get this one out this morning as soon as I can. And I just want to talk about market reversal. And I want to talk about it now. And I'm just going to come right out. I expect that there will be a market reversal this month, March. We're already into the second, but I expect it in the next 2 weeks, if not in the next couple of days. And I expect the market to bottom out. If you've been following me for any period of time, every time that there's war, we did this when Putin was doing his attacks and all of that. And I told you guys consistently, the market bottoms out shortly after the attack, actually. And the market actually starts to rebound. And so I believe that's going to happen again. And I believe that period is going to be under 2 weeks, sooner than later, actually. And it could happen any day. And I know things are ramping up, but the market tends to sell off up to a war, especially if it's advertised. And this war was advertised with us sending all of our battleships and what have you down there. And now I see that Tom Lee has posted something. I'm actually going to watch it, and I may edit it in and we'll comment afterwards. But first, let me get out what I see. Okay. So on yesterday's video, and this is why I made yesterday's video, you can see right now that Palantir is up 5%. Lockheed Martin is up. Why? These are defense. We expected these to be up. Oil is spiking. All right. Microsoft was another one that we discussed. So those are some plays. All right. And let's look at the overall market. Okay. So the NASDAQ. Let's look at the NASDAQ. So the NASDAQ is fighting its way back. And so we don't wait until it comes back. We don't wait. We anticipate and we take data and we make a decision. Now, anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. My decision was I expected it to rebound. Now, we could have another attack from Iran to, Americans. And unfortunately, we're losing Americans just like other people are losing. To me, all lives matter. Okay, but that could ratchet things back up and the market could take another dip. So this is minute by minute, day by day, strike by strike, tweet by tweet. So understand where we are. But the overall market, I expect it to rebound and soon. So I'm going to add the S&P here. So we can see that they're both down, right? The NASDAQ 43, but you could see that it's actually been climbing, just climbing. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the SPY, and I have the traffic trader on because we made money this morning. A lot of us made money this morning. All right. The family did. I was just feeding the family. So let me take the traffic trader off. Okay. If we zoom out on the 30-minute, we could see that we had a gap down. We had a gap down from here to here this morning. And I charted this last night. And so what happened? We filled the gap right back. So at open, you really could have just did a call right here to 683 and you would have printed money. But we can clearly see what happened. We had the market, of course, selling off. Let's go to the daily. Let's go to the hourly. So what happened? The market has been selling off over the last few days, anticipating what was about to take place. So clearly you could see the market has been selling off, anticipating what's coming, right? Just selling off, right? And so we expected this to happen. The question is, when will we recover? When will we recover? Now, big tech has been getting hit. Let's look at big tech. We could see here, we made money again. We look at that. Boom. Let's do the same thing. Let's take the traffic trader off, which led us to the money and options this morning. Let's go to the hourly. and we could see that we have been steady selling off. Signs that we could be bottoming. We filled the gap again, right? So here's the gap from last week, and then we gapped down, and what happened? We filled this gap. So literally right at open, a lot of people was doing a call of 604. And you guys could see people are anticipating that we're going to recover. You can do that with all kind of stocks, okay? And so that's what we did this morning. We'll talk about the wins a little later. What I want to do right now, I want to play a clip from Tom Lee, and then we're going to discuss it because there's a lot of stock that I believe that could be entering into buy ranges, like I said, and we don't want to miss them. All right. So let's listen to Tom Lee and I will discuss what I believe is happening.
In past incidents like this, and every single time it's happened, we've always said, well, in past incidents, it never lasts that long, and decisions that are made about whether staying in or getting out of a market, normally standing pat has been the right move.
That's right. I mean, nobody likes to see headlines and the images of explosions and war. And so we know risk premium jumps. That's why the VIX jumps. But it's not really going to change the fundamentals of the U.S. So in the past, markets kind of sell off into the buildup, and then they tend to do better once the battle begins. And I think this is going to be similar. I mean, I think a lot of experts are going to worry that this could, encompass a larger conflict, something that would be, World War III or something.
Right.
But in the absence of that, I think the worst of the sell-off is going to happen this week. And, I would expect actually March to be an up month for the stock market.
So guys, I agree with Tom Lee. We could bottom out this month, March, and I believe within the first 2 weeks of March. But now this is not, I'm just not, trying to predict the market. But if conflicts, surge, let's say Iran do a more powerful strike, there is an attempt to suppress oil, which there already is, and it becomes World War III, then of course we're in a longer conflict and it's going to take the market a longer time. But as it stands today, like Tom Lee said, from right now, it just looks like we will bottom out sooner than later. Let me know what you think. But me personally, remember, I'm not your advisor. Anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. One thing I'm not doing is buying. The second thing I'm doing is looking for opportunity. And if you had any Palantir or Lockheed Martin or any Boeing or any stock like that, it was simply not the time to panic sell. Okay. As a matter of fact, Friday was the time to actually buy if you saw my video on live on Friday. But you let me know what you guys are doing. And in closing, I want to show you guys what happened this morning while we were trading with this traffic trader, which also works on swing trades. This AAOI was a mover this morning, right at opening bell right here. I suggested that we were going to fall right here to 101, which we did. Even here, I drew this line this morning early in the pre-markets. While it was going up, I thought it was going to fall simply because of the story behind it, and it ran up too much too quick. Tesla hit all our levels. You could have did a call. I provided these levels before market opening, and if you engage a traffic trader, we had a green light that took us straight to the money. All right, straight to the money. And I gave these levels before, a half hour before market open. So we hit our kaboom there. The Qs is where we had a lot of big wins on the Qs. We had a lot of big wins because the traffic trader, of course, took us right to the money. We had a gap fill, but here is where I taught this morning on where they were searching for stop losses. So on the 2-minute, I actually entered in. I was telling my followers, here's where I would enter in on the 2-minute, right here on this red candle, right? So let me go to the 5-minute. It was right here on this red candle. And then what happened? It retouched and then it took off. And then we did a call to actually 606, right? So we did a call to 606 where my money maker's at. And as you can see right now, we're at 608 and we could finish the day at 609 even. All right. So let's just see what's going to happen. Same thing with the SPY, good people. On the 5-minute, we had a lot of winners hitting our levels as we went up. And again, the traffic trader took us right there. Okay. Took us right there. Now let's look at some of the winners. So we're inside Money Moves. I put congratulations. That was 1 hour ago. And we could read the comments. As you could see here, these are real people making real money. Thanks made 20%, 20% on the SPY, paper trading. T-Ray, that's my sis. Hey, love you. NVIDIA, look at that, 20%, 53%. SPY call, look at that. I made money today. One contract, QQQs, 9 to 5 at work. Okay, but still made it 70%. All right. Somebody, look, a little contract, but hey, a little $57 is not bad. Somebody made $628 today on the SPY, 169% on the HIMS call. Somebody said the traffic trader takes all of the guesswork out. Look at that. Made $2,000 on the SPY. Monica, $500 on the SPY. And this was just this morning, guys. All right, 134 on the Qs. You guys get it. So come and join us. The top link is below. After you join, there's a lot in here. Listen, I want you guys to come get this money. Look, I have a full class here. Options for beginners. Okay. And you say, hey, I don't want to do options. Then just use the traffic trader to lead you to the money. That's it. So for instance, if you wanted to do Palantir, right? Watch this. So if you wanted to just ride Palantir and you were in the pre-markets, Palantir is up 6%. Even in the pre-markets, you do know that you could make money and you could buy the stock before the stock market opens. Okay. So what happened? It led you on a swing trade this morning from 140 all the way up. Look at that. And that's just a swing trade. But in the pre-markets, it also showed you where, for those of you doing futures, look at that. It literally brought you to the money right here, ran you all the way up here. So if you stayed in, it literally brought you from here to here. You could have made 7% on Palantir. It's up 6.4%. You could have made the 7% with a full swing trade. Again, I do think that this market will bottom out sooner than later. It always does during war. You let me know what you think and what your move is. I agree with Tom Lee on this one. There's always a big but in the room. But if things escalate, then all things are off. We got to come back to the charts and we got to come up with another plan. All right. We'll see you tomorrow. This is a special early one. Live, love, laugh, and learn.